Same shit, different shit. Same shit, different shit. Same shit, different shit. Yeah. Yeah, I just got a bit of a fucking sample of a verse back from my motherfucking producer, that demon I got out in California. That's right, I got a demon clear out in California. Yeah, that's my dog right there, right? Fucking line that shit out for me. Nice, pretty, fancy, all kinds of shit, man. That's how he did it, right? Alright, so he got me a sample to, the first verse of the track. I ain't got the whole track right now, because like I said, I just got the first verse, you know? That's what's up, right? Right now, man, I just got to show my man out in Cali, that demon of mine out in Cali, a little love with a little trip, produced by
Dosha Demon.
Dosha motherfucking Demon. That's right. Go find his shit. Like it. You need somebody to mix your shit? Check it out. You tell me it don't sound good.
Fuck all this shit.
Yeah. This is Archaic the Devil on Unknown Factor with
Kind of grabs you by the boo-boo, don't it?
Fuck, man, I forgot your names already. I'm sorry, dog. Shit.
FDR.
Yeah, man, this is Archaic the Devil on that, oh, fuck, man. God damn, put me on the spot. God damn it.
I had to buy 2 bags from the coma. Let me get too funny.
Man, this is Archaic the Devil with no fucks hour.
Hey, man. What? What? Oh. What's in this shit, man?
Unknown Factor, holla at me.
Hey, what the fuck are you? Stop that shit. Man, I'm gonna knock you out, babe. Look at that. Wifingers in here playing a sample verse of a track I just got back from my producer today. Alright? Just because I had to take a fucking piss, man. Told you not to play that. Hey. She just nodding and smiling with a smirk on her face, y'all. This is some bullshit. Yeah. It's a track I got coming though. Producer's working on that shit right now. Yeah. Oh, and check it out. I got a caller.
No fucks given. It's No Fucks Given Radio with the No Fucks Given Hour. Here's your host, the Unknown Factor.
Stogie.
Hey, what's going on?
What are you doing, man? We're live on the air. I'm just fucking around. But, hey, I usually don't quite come live on the air like that, but you know, it's No Fucks Given. I don't give a shit. And this is the No Fucks Given Hour with an FGR. I am the Unknown Factor. Check it out. On the fly, when I was just fucking about on air, my guest, Stogie. Yeah, he called in, dog. What you up to?
Oh, nothing, man. Just chilling, man. Just calling in, chopping it up with you for a little bit, you know.
Well, hell yeah.
Hanging out.
Hell yeah. We're going to get weird. We're going to get weird. We're going to get nutty. We'll talk a bit about music, maybe. I don't know. It might come into the conversation, right? But fuck this, Stogie. You called in, and I'm just going to start it out right like how I like to start it out, man. All weird and shit. So I want to know, what's your opinion of the paranormal and the arcane? And have you had any experiences with such?
Okay. Well, paranormal, like ghosts and stuff like that. It's actually funny that you asked that. Some of my really good friends are actually ghost hunters. They do like paranormal investigations and stuff like that. They're in a all-girl ghost hunting group called 3 Girls in the Dark. They do all kinds of cool stuff like that. Go investigate like haunted graveyards and haunted casinos and pretty much anything where they get reports of activity, they go and check it out. So, you know, that stuff's pretty cool, man. There's definitely a lot of things that are going on that we really don't understand, and nobody has a very good explanation for. You know what I mean? But as far as ghosts, I haven't really had any direct experience dealing with like ghosts or spirits or anything like that. But I mean, I have had a few sightings of some odd flying objects. Let's just put it that way. As far as like the closest thing I've come to anything weird is that just on several occasions I've seen some weird flying craft, I guess.
Well, hell yeah, Stogie. So let's just take this a different fucking route, because that's not something we ever really get into on the No Fucks Given Hour. I mean, I have gotten into just the theory of alien life, but not really UFOs, right? So you're saying you've had a couple of personal experiences where you've seen what you would classify as a UFO.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say for sure that it was like aliens or anything like that. My honest opinion, I don't know how familiar you are with any of those kinds of things, but there is a craft that's known as the TR-3B. It's an alleged black budget government craft that people think that our government makes and uses secretly. And those were the crafts. I mean, if you look up TR-3B and like Google it, the images that come up is like exactly what we saw. So I'm assuming that's what we saw. These things that are called TR-3Bs, which is basically I'm sure if you've heard anything about UFO reports, you've heard of those giant like triangle-shaped crafts that are like the size of football fields, and that's essentially what we saw. What I've seen on two separate occasions. One time we saw a fleet of them, like probably like 6 of them. And there was another huge ship that was with them that I couldn't really identify because it was dark, but we could just tell it was freaking enormous. Because, I mean, those things are the size of a football field. This thing was worse than them. So we saw those one time riding through the middle of Illinois, coming back from a show in Springfield, Illinois at like 2 a.m. It was me and my manager at the time. And I just like looked up and I was just like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because, and he was like, dude, shut the fuck up. Let's get the hell out of here.
Now, you said VR3D, right?
VR3B is what it's called. 3D. And if you look up in any images that you find of that are pretty much like identical.
Dude, can you just that? Like, V as in Victor, R as in radio, 3 as in the numeric, and then B as in beta?
Except the first letter is a T as in Tom. So if you Google TR3B, let me see. I'm sitting at a computer. I'll do it now. Yeah.
Hey, what are you talking about? I'm not sitting here asking for the fucking spelling like that because I'm Googling or anything. I swear.
So yeah, but that's essentially what we saw, and with a little light in the middle and the lights on the corners. And the first time I saw one of those things, it was funny because it was night and they were like hiding in the clouds, and like as the clouds would move, they would move to like stay concealed within the clouds. You know what I mean? So obviously they were trying to use the clouds as cover. Which was kind of weird. But yeah, we were driving through Illinois. There's like a military base in Illinois, and so it was close to the military base too, which I also find interesting. But yeah, we saw a bunch of those, and I was wanting to stop and try to get some footage of them. And my manager was like, "Bro, like we're driving illegally here. We're not fucking stopping and taking pictures of aliens."
See,
what are you gonna do?
Have you seen any of the new X-Files series that they just did?
Yeah, have you seen the new X-Files?
Yeah, the new one, man. The one that they, like, Netflix just put out. I wouldn't say I really watched it, but it was fucking on while I was doing shit at one point, and I don't know why. Apparently, I remember the one thing that's fucking references this exact thing, because I don't think I could tell you shit else about that new season they just did. But at one point, they like are going into this little fucking room, and it's scientists, and they're like, "Oh look, we've been able to build this, and it's based off alien technology." And it looks like the ship that pops up when you type that shit in Google, as far as the one they've got on the X-Files in the show. You know what I'm saying? What's your opinion of that? Because I kind of think that's weird that that's shown in the media like that when it's been something that was a conspiracy theory for so long. And I know they make conspiracy theories into film, but that one's just a little weird to me, man.
That they would show that if it was really the case that the stuff's so secret?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't mean that.
Yeah.
I don't mean necessarily that. I mean the fact, like, man, maybe this is my fucking paranoid ass too, and I'm kind of paranoid, man. I overthink the fuck out of everything. But no, I think more that they showed it to be like, look, this is science fiction, and to show it like that so people will deny it more as being fact.
That would be pretty smart. So they're just basically, you're saying they're basically trying to throw people off the trail, like this is science fiction, when really they really have the shit.
Reverse psychology, dog.
I mean, you gotta realize, man, that in the big scheme of things, there's people that are really smart out there that have figured out how to manipulate the public. So, I mean, just look at anything that happens in the news. I mean, like these news outlets will just like stir people into a frenzy over whatever they feel like. At that moment, they want to stir people into a frenzy over. And so it's pretty crazy how predictable people are. And there's definitely some kind of force or group of people out there that has, or a group of non-humans even for that matter, who the hell knows, that have figured out how to manipulate everybody pretty effectively. So I'm sure that's just like another, like you said, just kind of another manipulation tool, like, oh, that's science fiction, which is kind of crazy. But I heard that the new X-Files is really good. I haven't actually taken the time to sit down and check it out, but most of the people I've heard talk about it have said it's pretty amazing. So,
well, all I know, Stogie, is that you being an artist yourself, you throw in shows and everything, I don't know how the fuck you would have time to sit down and watch a whole fucking show, because God knows I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of I don't watch a lot of TV or movies or that. People are always amazed by like the lack of TV, in particular TV. I watch more movies than I do TV. I don't know. I just have better things to do than sit down and watch TV 9 times out of 10.
Oh yeah. So, I used to watch way more than I do now before I got into this, but now I've gotten into this and I'm like, I don't want to fucking watch TV. I got shit to do. And yeah, I'd rather by far do this. But I'll tell you what, man, flip back into the subject we were talking about. I'm kind of curious. And the reason I seen in a video that Anonymous put up today, I believe it was a video they posted today. It was from at least the past week. It was fairly recent. As far as a message to the American people. You keep up with Anonymous at all? I somewhat keep up with Anonymous. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say, like, watch every video they put out, but, I kind of am aware of what they're doing. Oh, yeah, dude, that's kind of how I am. I just happened to catch this one particular video today. What's your opinion of Anonymous overall, just as a entity, before we get into this?
Well, I was actually still in St. Louis when everything started popping off in Ferguson, and several of my buddies were like on the front lines of the protesting, and even became internationally known somewhat. Some of them based on them protesting and being activists and whatnot. And Anonymous was involved in Ferguson. They were hacking things and doing different things like that in Ferguson. And, I don't know about Anonymous, man. Like, part of me thinks it's great, and then, like, part of me is like, yeah, these guys are awesome. They're, like, hacking for justice or whatever it is that they're doing. But, the other part of me is kind of just suspicious of them. You know what I mean? Like, how do they manage to hack all this stuff? Like, they just seem to like get into and know a lot of things that it's almost like I just question who they really are working for. You know what I mean? Like Anonymous, like the CIA was behind Anonymous.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I feel you on that. And I actually, a buddy of mine, who's not an artist, just a friend of mine before I ever got into this, posted something on Facebook that I find kind of funny in reference to Anonymous. Those the masks they wear, you know what I'm saying? They're based on the comic book V for Vendetta, you know what I'm saying? Which Time Warner owns the rights to. So every time someone goes and purchases one of those masks to be part of the protest for Anonymous, the company Time Warner No, the company Time Warner is profiting from those masks being purchased, which that's odd. And then, like I said, the whole video they put out today, I'm going to catch heat from fucking Anonymous, the CIA, the FBI. I'm just going to be fucked all around, babe. Goddamn. But whatever. It's no fucks given. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm pretty sure that's what an American is supposed to do. But they were talking about in this video, man, ostensibly there being a revolution, you know, whether it was state, whether it was protest, but they were saying they wanted a peaceful revolution, like a revolution without bloodshed. And they were saying they didn't know if it was possible, and if it was, you know, how would they go about it, and just they got all that. Now, I'm curious, dude, looking at, what's your opinion of the state of the government right now?
What's my opinion of the state of the government?
Yeah, oh, well, never mind. Okay, you don't even need to answer that question because I heard you giggle. Okay, so you obviously think it's fucked. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question because this is the one that I'm looking for an in-depth answer on. With the state of our government, dude, especially the fact that we're considering electing Donald Trump as president, which, Jesus Christ, Stogie, that's fucking depressing, right? Do you think it's possible for us to have a peaceful revolution as far as to fix this country? Or do you think it's something else that needs to be done? Or do you think it's even fixable at this point?
Well, everything's fixable, man. You know, so there's a way you can fix everything. But, I mean, the thing about it is, man, is that, you know, the people that are really in charge have got us so, I guess, like, brainwashed, I guess is a good word, that, you know, in order for anything to happen, it would take a wide-scale movement of people waking up, I guess you could say, you know, because the first step to solving any problem is to identify the problem, you know, and if someone is aware of what's going on, to someone that's not aware of what's going on, they sound like a crazy person. You know what I mean? Like, if you were, or if me, or somebody that shares similar kind of views, if you go to somebody that, let's just say a Donald Trump supporter, it's a good person to use, I guess. So if you were to go to a Donald Trump supporter, explain to them what you feel like is going on, they're going to look at you as being a lunatic. You know what I mean? So that makes it hard. That makes it hard to garner any kind of support to change anything, because people are so sick and stuck in their ways and so brainwashed that they don't even really realize what's going on, and they're like kind of in denial about a lot of things, you know. And so, in order to make any kind of effective change and get the amount, I mean, the change is going to come from the people, man. You know, I mean, once people start to change, that's when things are going to change. And you know, and you can't just elect somebody into office and expect them to fix all your problems. And you actually have to be active. You actually have to be active in fixing your problems if you want them to be fixed. But you know, the point is that in order to like try to change anything, you'd have to get people that are so stuck in their ways to realize that they're living a huge lie, you know, and it's a lot for people to take in if you try to go 0 to 100, you know. I mean, think about it. If you're talking to somebody that actually believes, you know, that what the media says, I guess, or the quote unquote normal or whatever story, the official story of everything, you know, like one of those people that actually like believes 9/11 was accomplished by people with towels on their heads in caves on the other side of the planet. You know, to those kind of people, when you start to try to tell them, hey man, this is going on, they're just like, dude, you're a lunatic, and they don't even want to talk to you. You know, like, hey, they're just so brainwashed that they don't even try to hear it, you know?
Oh, yeah, man. So, Stogie, I feel you on that. Like, last time I seen my mom, she's got a fucking Vote Trump shirt on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, And I don't even get that logic, dude. I'll tell you my opinion. You say it is going to be a thing of the people. I think we, the people of the United States, this year during the election, everyone, man, should just write in fucking myself, right? Just the word, not your name, the word myself, right? You can't tell me, dog, that wouldn't fuck up their whole program. Yeah, this is fucking up the whole program by Stogie. I'll be right back, y'all.
FDR presents the No.
Dude, hey, this is Alien Head from Download Photos.
What the fuck is with this guy? Who is he?
Hey, this is Alien Head from Download Photos.
With all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, this is Alien. You got me laughing now. I forgot where we were in this drop.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
I am from Mars. This is Alien Head from Download Photos.
Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you?
You are now tuned in to No Fucks Given Radio.
You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You can check me out on Facebook. Now I'm messing it up. You can check me out on Facebook underneath Download Photos.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yeah, we're back. This is the No Fucks Given Hour on NFTR. Check it the fuck out. Yeah, that was fucking up the whole program by Stogie La Russa. That's what's up. La Russa. My bad, man. I'm fucking... Wait. Why did I say La Russa?
I have no idea.
What is that? What is that?
I think you just made some shit up.
I did, Stogie. I'm just trying to add shit to your name. How about it? Stogie La Russa La Nostra. How about it? I have no idea what that is.
It's cool. People fuck up my name. They've been fucking up my name all the time, dude.
See?
Fuck it up. So,
I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
And hey, look, listen, Stogie. I usually have more time to prep for an interview than I did yours. Because, this was probably the quickest scheduled interview I have had. Except for the one that we were like, hey, fuck it, we want an interview tonight. And then it was just, that was the only, and that was a month ago.
We're booked into August. This was a rush job.
Yeah. Stogie got rushed on the No Fucks Given Hour to give no fucks with us. Man.
He got right in the express line.
That's right, man.
I want to know.
No fuck.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll tell you what I want to know, right? Where did your name come from? The La Russa, man. What is that?
The La Russa is basically, okay, so I'm from St. Louis, right? And it basically comes from the Cardinals used to have a manager named Tony La Russa, and he's like an all-star manager of baseball. The Cardinals are life in the Missouri and things. So he's like a Hall of Fame manager. He used to coach in Oakland. He's taken several teams to the World Series, and he was actually known for his unconventional. Coaching style. He changed baseball, uses the bullpen, and things like that. He revolutionized some strategies that he came up with that were very effective. And so, I don't know, it was probably 2006, one of the years that the Cardinals had won the World. My hair was shorter, and it was kind of like the same length as Tony La Russa's at the time, and I had on the official Cardinals warm-up jacket and the official playoff hat, whatever. I had all the official shit on, and so me and a couple of my buddies had went to a Cardinals game, playoff game, and we were outside kicking it after the playoff game. Cardinals won or whatever. And one of my buddies just started telling people that I was Tony La Russa's nephew. Out of the blue. He's like, this is Tony La Russa's nephew. And because I kind of, my hair kind of looked like his, I had the official jacket or warm up jacket on or whatever. People were just buying it, And so he just kept telling everywhere we went. He's like, yo, this is Tony La Russa's nephew. And everybody was just buying us drinks. We were getting VIP everywhere we went. It's crazy. So then it got to the point after that, I was thinking about ways that I Okay, because if you Google Stogie, you're going to get 9 million pages about cigars. You know, so you're going to have a hard time finding me at that point. So I was thinking about ways that I could make it easier for people to Google and find me, essentially. And for whatever reason, I just thought about, like, dude, Stogie La Russa, like, we could just use that idea and that way, because if you Google Stogie La Russa, you get right to me. You're there, So, so we kind of, it started off as a joke that my buddy, like, I don't even know where he came up with the idea to tell people I was Tony La Russa's nephew, but he did. And then when I needed something for the Google purposes, I just thought about that. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of got a nice ring to it. And also, it's a good way for, like, anybody that's from St. Louis is going to get it, but people that aren't from St. Louis are not going to necessarily be put off by it, So, like, a lot of times, I feel like people represent their hometown so hard that it turns off people that aren't from there. Does that make sense? So, like, you're from one city. There's, I don't know, millions of cities in the world. You know what I mean? So you sitting out here being whatever city you represent, if you're just all day like, I represent Minnesota, whatever it might be, then anybody that's not from there is going to be turned off by that to a degree. Does that make sense?
Oh
so,
yeah.
like, really,
yeah, I totally get you on that.
Yeah, so it was a way that I could represent. It was a way that I could represent where I was from, that the people that are from there would understand, but it wouldn't necessarily turn off everybody else, because it's not like I'm Stogie St. Louis. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get you. And I'll tell you a couple of things I just figured out. One, I said La Nostra because Coca La Nostra. All right, that's where I got that. When I said law with the musician, that's where I wanted to take it. Based on the Russo story you just gave, because I'm familiar with that. Well, it's Russo. Yeah, it's this. And yeah, La Russa, like, because I'll remember that name now based on that, because that's like one of the most well-known fucking professional baseball coaches in history, I think. Really, I don't, because you could probably name every other baseball coach you could think of, and I wouldn't remember who the fuck they were. And as far as the rep in your city thing, listen, dude, I'm from Earth. That's my opinion of it. That's honest to God, Stogie. That's my opinion of it. I'm from the planet Earth. We all live here, and we can either all fuck it up together, or we can get along and be okay.
It'd be nice if we could get along.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. The internet really makes it hard. Like, I don't know what it is about the internet, but, man, the internet just starts so many fights and starts so much crap between everyone that, like, how is the internet here, man? I hope us ever getting along is just like, I don't even know if that's going to work, man, because there's just so many dumbasses on the internet, that just love to start drama, and just stir things up. So, it's hard, man. I mean, the funny thing is, I was telling somebody the other day that, like, pretty much the majority of all the problems that everyone has, and everybody's like, oh, we have to have all these new laws to regulate this, regulate. No, fuck that. We don't need any of that shit. You know what we need? We need people to follow 2 simple rules. There's 2 rules, that if everybody followed these rules, it'd be much easier for everyone to get along. Alright? Number 1, don't be a fucking dickhead. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to be an asshole to people. So if you just go in, like, a lot of people go into things with just an attitude, or like, like trying to scheme on somebody else or something like that. Like, nah, man, just don't be a dick and don't be an idiot. If you can do those 2 things, a lot of the problems, pretty much every problem with humanity goes away if people can follow those 2 rules. Unfortunately,
Stogie, you are asking a lot of humanity to get rid of those 2 particular aspects. I mean, even one.
I mean, shit. It solves all the problems. Gun control? Nah, just don't be an idiot. Like, fuck. I don't know, but it's just, you're right. Apparently, you'd think that's not asking a whole lot, but apparently it is. So, what do I know? But,
yeah, man, I know very little. I mean, I've seen, especially stepping into this like I have with radio and everything, dude, the drama I've just seen, like, in between different scenes, you know what I'm saying, in the music and the underground, dude, that's one thing I really don't get. So let's cut to a question, man. I want to know, like, I honestly, I mean, I'm just gonna bring everybody. Pretty much every guest uses this word specifically. Some of them refuse to. Some of them are like whatever. They say that social media has essentially made it so easy for people to become rappers that the rap game has become oversaturated. Right? What's your opinion of that? Do you think that's a true statement or a false one?
Social media has made it so easy to become rappers that the rap game is oversaturated with. Right now, hold on. Repeat the question.
With rappers, man. Like, there's just too many fucking rappers out there. There's too many motherfuckers rapping.
Yeah. Okay. There definitely is too many motherfuckers rapping. I mean, everybody that you meet is a rapper, quote rapper. You know, and you know, there's various different, I guess, reasons for that, or whatever you want to say. There's various different contributing factors, I guess is a good word. But, you know, social media is one of those things where, you know, because of the way the game has become, you know, it's more about your social media skills than it is about your actual rap skills. You know, and why it's like that, you could go on a variety of different opinions, but, you know, at the end of the day, what needs to happen is that, you know, like, the fans need to demand more from these artists, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the only reason why this shit's like that is because it's selling. So, you know, that should tell you something, that people are giving their dollars to these fools that are just, I mean, literally can't rap. They just know how to start shit on social media. And so I don't know when starting shit on social media became the most critical component of how good of a rapper you are. But at some point that's what happened, because, you know, I just think it's crazy, man. I really don't get caught up too much in social media stuff. It's not really my thing. You know, like, I would much rather focus on actually rapping, and actually putting out a product that is worth, putting out a solid product. And, like, one of the things that killed me about these kids on social media, you know, is that, you see this a lot on social media, is where rappers, or not just rappers, but rappers just make a good example to use, because a lot of these fools are such ass clowns that they're just really easy. They're just a really easy target, I guess, or a good example of being an idiot. And you know, a lot of these fools will go on social media and be like, "Well, I need this, and I need you to support this, and I need all my fans to go vote for me. I need you to do this." You know, they're always on social media telling you what they need you to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, you got it fucked up. Because if you put out a product, if you worried about putting out a product that was good enough for people to support it, you wouldn't have to be on social media begging people to support it. You know? So, like, they got it backwards, kind of. You know, like, I need you guys to support me. Well, give somebody something that they want to support them, dumbass. You know what I mean? That's like the biggest thing to me, is that the focus, the new generation is just so, like, self-centered and so self-concerned with everything, you know? I mean, think about how many fucking selfies you see on a daily basis. You know what I mean? It's a giant universe out here, and motherfuckers spend their whole time with the cameras pointing at themselves. You know, like, fuck, dude, look at all this shit out here. Go get a fucking telescope. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's all this other shit you could go look at. You want to sit here and fucking take pictures of your fucking self all day. Like, you know, like, this generation is just so, like, self-absorbed, that it's like, it's all about me, it's all about me. I need you to vote. I need you to like my page. I need you to do this. And it's like me. And what it should be, in my opinion, like this, like hip hop as an art, it's about giving people something. You know what I mean? Like you want to give people something that instead of always like, well, I need this, well, I need that. You know, and it's just crazy to me. Like I pretty much I destroyed my life over this shit. You know what I mean? And done this shit. But you know, like I always try to make it a point to provide a quality product. Like even a live show, any album or anything that we put out, we always try to make it something that people are going to enjoy. You know, and have fun. Especially like at the live shows, because that's another thing that like the business aspect of this rap game has really fucked these live shows up, man, because you know, like these promoters are just taking advantage of artists, and it's like, and it's not really the promoter's fault because it's the only way they can make any money because it's so multi-layered. But I mean, to make a long story short, like all these people think like you should just be happy just to pay your hard-earned money to come and watch them rap over the top of their tracks. Like a lot of these fools don't even, you know, they're playing their actual album with the lyrics on it and just rapping their stabs over the top of it. They're not even rapping half the time. You know what I mean? Just like putting their helmet, putting their punches.
Well, I gotta ask you a couple questions, Stogie, and bring up a particular thing, right? Fucking, and also knock my wife's drink over, right? What's your opinion of people that bring I mean, I know people will bring master versions, but say somebody brings a not master version that someone can turn the vocals all the way down and then crank the beat up for them to perform over, but it does have their shit in the background. What's your opinion of that? And mind you, they don't sit there and let the fucking backings fucking do anything for them except when they absolutely have to, like, so they don't die of lack of oxygen.
Sure. I mean, that's one thing, you know, and I'm not gonna act like I've never done that, but you know, as far as using something that's there's two different things you said there. As far as using something that's not mastered, I don't see why anybody in their right mind would do that. Because if you sound like shit, you know, like the whole point of a live show, if you sound like shit, who the hell wants to listen to that? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have your shit mastered, man. You can't come in with this non-mix.
All right. Well, I just want to point out. Sorry, Stogie, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just want to point out, I'm specifically pointing out how I do my shit. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, to be real honest, as far as it not being mastered then. All I know is... Oh, go ahead, Doug, sorry.
But if you have a show mix, that's what I was getting at. A show mix, yeah, that's perfectly fine. A show mix where you can take the, you know, like where you do a mix where you take the vocals out and that's essentially what I do. You do a mix and you take the main vocals out. You may leave like some ad-libs or like whatever little things in there or whatever, but you take the main vocals out, and then rap, you know. Some people leave their stab tracks in, some people don't, you know. Or there may be a spot where you know that you're going to have to breathe, but you might, like, throw a few words in there to where you can breathe over them or something like that. I mean, that I get, you know, but as far as, like, not mastered music, I just don't understand why, you know, like, especially, and I'm not saying that's what you do, because I think what you were saying is you make a show disc, which is how it should be. You know, like, you should have a separate mix, you know, for what you go and perform versus what you have.
Yeah, no, man. That's what I intend to do for that All Out of Normal tour, yeah. Let's say that real quick. Coming down at Pops on July 20 motherfucking 8th. I thought I was right, but I was like, it was either the 28th or the 29th, and I didn't want to fuck it up with this man right here. Yeah, he be throwing that shit. Got all a fucking big old chump of rhyme stick coming out in that bitch. You gonna have motherfucking Monster City. You gonna have motherfucking Biscuit up in that bitch, and you gonna have Static motherfucking G. Yeah, and guess what? I'm gonna be on that show. Hell yeah. So hopefully my second trip to Pops, I don't wind up in jail, and that's what's fucking up, right? But yeah, as far as my set, I hope for it to be like that. But I can't do a lot of my shit like that because my rolls got deleted. So I only have the final masters, and I don't have the rolls or anything to go back to where I can remove the vocals. Dog, it's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you find situations like that. I've got some old tracks where like I just don't have Pro Tools sessions, and I never had a show mix of those tracks. And you know, like if I want to perform those tracks, you know, sometimes you just get in those situations where I'm just like, I want to perform the same track, but I don't have a show mix of it. You know, either you figure out how to rap it exactly the way that you rapped it, you know, because that's what a lot of people will do is they'll have their actual track and then they'll rap it differently than they did when they recorded it. So it's like, if you're going to use that, you at least have to be able to match how you rapped. But sometimes what I do is I'll just, like an old track, most of my old tracks were all mixtape stuff, so I can go online and find the instrumentals, and I'll just like pull the instrumental and just rap flat over instrumental, sometimes with no nothing, which is hard.
No.
You know, people don't understand. Even people that claim that they rap for some reason, they really don't understand how fucking difficult it is to run around on stage and rap, especially when you're by yourself or if you don't have a hype man. That's why all the good MCs usually always had hype men, because it's just so fucking difficult to be able to do that.
Yeah, dude. I totally understand. So you need to breathe, because I just opened, like last show I did was open for Prozac, and I had a 20-minute set, and I wore a jumpsuit, man. And after my set, I got so fucking hot. I was out fucking vomiting every bit of water I'd had for like 5 goddamn minutes, and like it was fucking terrible, dude. So I get that, and especially because I don't have any hype man either. How long have you been doing this, man? As far as doing shows and shit.
Doing shows and shit. Man, I started like way back in the day. When I first started off, I was doing like MC battles. This was probably like early 2000s, 2002 or 3 or something like that. I was doing like MC battles to begin with when I was young, and it was funny. It was something that I never really wanted to do, and like my homies kind of pushed me into it and talked me into doing it, and then I ended up being pretty good at it. So I was winning a lot of battles, and then there was, you know, at the time too, and with being in St. Louis, the fact that I was white and winning battles, you know, just kind of like brought more attention to me, I guess. You know, because, you know, early on, especially, I mean, maybe not in the early 2000s, but, you know, like in the late 90s, especially before Eminem came out, you know, like white people rapping was kind of frowned upon. And, but, you know, even in the early 2000s, like a lot of people were just like, I'd go into battles and it'd be just all white jokes, you know, which worked in my favor a lot because I could predict everything that these guys were going to say about me, you know, like, oh, you're going to make an Eminem joke. Didn't see that coming. So, you know, I mean, that's where I started out doing battles in the early 2000s, and I was winning battles, and then there was this other dude that was winning a bunch of battles, that, like, for whatever reason, like, if he was there, I wasn't there. It's just like a coincidental thing. You know, like, he'd show up and I wouldn't be there that week, or I'd show up and he wouldn't be there that week. And so, you know, like, everybody, like, basically, like, egged it on, like, yo, you two need to battle, you know. So, so then we set up this huge party, and the two of us battled, which technically ended in a tie. And we battled for several rounds, and the police showed up and shut everything down, so it got more or less ruled a tie. But at that point, him and I kind of linked up together and started actually making making music that we were recording and putting out. So like I teamed up with him. We started making tracks, and then that's when I really first started actually putting music out, which would have probably been like 2005 is probably the earliest thing I released. So,
okay, no, so yeah, you've been in this shit a while now. I'll be honest, I've never done a battle rap. I never have. I've never had that occur. Now, mind you, I recorded my first track 6 months ago, so it's just, you know,
right.
and fucking, like, the first thing I did was a show. I never fucking hit a battle rap scene because Stogie, I jumped into this just like fully and like an idiot, right? Because fuck it, that's how I do shit. I mean, for real, that's just the truth, though. You know, whatever. Fuck it. And it's just, I don't know, it's been kind of a crazy trip, I guess you would say. And I don't know, have you heard any of my music?
I listened to a little sample the other day. I think Brody sent me something, you know. So it's whatever Brody sent me. But yeah, that sounded alright. Sounded like you're passionate about what you're doing, you know. So that's good.
Oh, dude, I love it. I don't know, like, I've never had any better therapy than the stage in my life, and I've had plenty of goddamn therapy. You know, the only close second I would say to it is this show. It's not as good, but I thoroughly enjoy being able to get motherfuckers like you on here and pick your mind about all kinds of weird shit, because, you know, I'm a little weird. What are you gonna do? But what's your opinion of a motherfucker coming in like that?
Like
I have.
Just as far as I'm not sure if I understand the question. Like as far as what?
Like as an old fucking man, because I'm 32, dog.
Oh, and you're just now getting started?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Look, he's like, yeah, dude, I started writing 2 years ago after my wife took me to a Boondock show after I hadn't been to a concert 10 years beforehand. Now, mind you, I've always been into underground shit, dude. It is my shit. I have never stopped listening to it since I first heard the Riddle Box. But about what boils down to 12 years ago, I just kind of stopped going to concerts until I met my wife and I got her into it. And she's like, hey, babe, Boondocks is coming to the Emerson. And the next day I started writing. You know, that was about 2 years ago, Stogie, yeah, right around there.
Well, you know, my thing is, like, I never really saw any reason why you can automatically count somebody out. You know what I mean? And you're talking to somebody like pretty much my entire time. You know, like I've been told, oh, you know, like when I was really little, like in the '90s when I was a kid, like white people weren't supposed to rap, especially not in St. Louis. I don't know how it was everywhere else, but like that was when white people weren't really rapping, you know, and you know, I'd get beat up for trying to jump into ciphers and things like that. So, you know, like I start off with people like, well, no, you can't rap because you're white. Fuck you. You know, I didn't listen to that. Then it's like, well, you can't rap because like you're not gangster enough. You know what I'm saying? Like all these rappers are gangsters and like you're just some fucking white kid, you know? So, you know, then I didn't listen to that, you know? And I just never listen. I never listen to when people tell you that you can, you know, like if somebody says, oh, you're too old to rap, what difference does that make? You know, I feel like if you can make quality music, you know, like make to me that kind of would motivate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it has motivated me throughout time when people tell me that I can't do something. It's like, oh, I can't, watch me, you know. And so to me, like none of that really makes any difference. But I can tell you that the rap game as a whole is very superficial. You know, like if you don't have the right look, or you're too old, or you're, you know, whatever, your voice doesn't sound right. And I just say to hell with all the critics, man. If you can, I never count anybody out based on anything other than whether or not the music sucks. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah,
so,
dude. Hell yeah. I totally agree, man. Check it out. That's right. Blow the fucking lid off that shit, right? Check this shit out. We'll be right back, y'all.
Yo, what the fuck is going on, my fellow freaks and freak shows? It's your boy Chuckles, aka the Headhunter Clown. With the homie Unknown Factor, and you are watching or listening to that fucking No Fucks Given Hour. For those who want to check my music out, you can check me out on Facebook.com/Chuckles, Twitter.com/Chuckles408. For SoundCloud, Reverb Nation is the same thing, /Chuckles. That's where y'all can find me. Hope y'all spread the sickness and stay fucking evil 100%.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. Gentlemen, I am Chuckles, aka the Headhunter Clown.
Yeah, check it out. No Fucks Given Hour. Yeah, me and Stogie's just chatting, because, you know, that's what I do on the motherfucking little things when I'm playing shit for y'all. Well, you know, me and the guests chilling. We chat some shit up, because that's what's up. You know, no fucks given. It's 100% all day, every day. We was going into some shit, though, dog. We're going to go into it with a little bit of discretion. That's what we're going to do, right? Yeah.
A little bit of discretion means you're giving a fuck.
Yeah. Well, no, man.
I think discretion is. Yeah,
oh, look, my wife.
My
wife is like, discretion is not advised.
Hell yeah.
That's terrible, Stogie. So let's just say, man, like when you look around at the underground right now as a whole, dog, what's your opinion of it?
Well, you know, my opinion is pretty much biased, I guess. Just based off the fact of, you know, I don't know this, and some people do, but a lot of people really don't. Is that you know, the St. Louis, the underground hip hop that's coming out of St. Louis and has been for like the last, I don't know, probably at least like the last 5 or 6 years. Maybe probably longer than that. I mean, some definitely longer than that. There's some very, very, very good underground hip-hop that comes out of St. Louis that nobody's really aware of, you know. I mean, a lot of people know of, like, Tefpo and his crew. You know, you got Tefpo and Nick Min and Doorway and all those kind of guys, and T-Dub that get recognition on a national scale or international scale even. But, you know, like, there's tons of other artists there. They're just so fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing how good they are. You know, I mean, you got, like, the Domino Effect, Riley D, my homie Haiku, of course, is what, I mean, lyrically wise, Haiku is just murderous. I'll put him up against just about anybody that's ever rapped. You know, so there's a lot of Bodine. Actually, Bodine's new album comes out the day after mine.
You say Bodine?
Yeah, Bodine. He's another one.
Okay, I heard something different. Sorry.
Yeah, he, you know, so there's just so many. He's got, like, Preach and like, the FBI Army, like, all these groups. And basically, like, you know, some of the guys that are a little bit older, like me, and the FBI Army guys, and Tefpo, and all those guys like that and Preach, they're a little bit older. You know, like, we basically, like, had this young generation, you know, in the underground, like, with guys like, you know, like Preach and Tefpo and that around. So, like, the new generation that came from, like, growing up around, you know, like, our generation, this new generation is, like, actually really cold. And some of these young cats that are coming out of St. Louis are actually really good. So, I'm kind of biased as far as, like, underground scenes go. It's funny, we did a showcase at South by Southwest a couple years ago, and it was like a bunch of people from St. Louis, and like there was all these A&Rs there. And after the showcase, these A&Rs were like talking, and they were just like, "Yo, like, I've never seen no shit like this before. Like your entire underground scene of your city, like everybody came out here, everybody was killing it, everybody was like giving each other props, you know, and things like that." And like, you know, that's a lot. That like these A&Rs were just like, "Holy shit, I didn't know it was like that in St. Louis."
Wait, Stogie. So, correct me if I'm wrong, man. Pops on the 28th, man. everybody but Rhymesick and me is probably going to be from St. Louis, right?
No. There's some people from Illinois coming over. There is Spazzavelli, who's on the tour with us. He lives in Denver now, but he's actually from New York. So he's like got a very East Coast style to him. Let's see. So you got so Rhymesick is all from Denver, and then me, Spaz, and there's somebody from Tulsa that's going to be on that show too. One of the artists from Tulsa is going to come out and join us at Pops. But yeah, so it's not just everybody from St. Louis, no.
Oh well, man.
But
you had me be like, shit, I feel challenged now, but at least I know it's just not. That would have made me feel pressure. Like, look, the only motherfuckers that aren't from St. Louis are the fucking motherfuckers that are on tour, and this jackass who's unknown. That just would have put me on the spot. Is all I'm saying.
You gotta come out for no fucks given purpose.
No, man. I mean, and for the most part, Pops is a cool venue. Like, we spent a lot of time like building at Pops. It's pretty much like my home base, for a long time. And one of the things that I really do like about Pops is that out of all the venues in St. Louis, Pops is the people there are going to be more open-minded, like they're actually like fans of good music. So they're a little bit more accepting there than they would be in some other spots and in other cities and things like that. Because, a lot of this nowadays is just like a popularity contest, a lot of these like underground shows. And it has nothing to do with how good you are. It has to do with how many friends you can get to come out to your show, or people will come to shows and they don't even come to like enjoy the show. They come to watch their homeboy rap and then leave. So it's a little bit different. And Pops is one of those places that's not like that as bad as some others. As a lot of places are, where like the crowd at Pops, they at least will give you a chance. You know what I mean? Now, that being said, like, they ain't going for that bullshit either. You know what I mean? So, like,
you better take that chance to step your fucking game up. Hell yeah.
But you better come with it, because they ain't going to give you that long. I mean, they'll give you a chance. If you come out and you're doing some whack shit, they're just going to be like, walk off. But not you specifically, but you know what I mean. Like
Stogie, fuck that. Challenge accepted. Yeah, I really actually am highly looking forward to being able to step into Pops, because I'm not going to drink before I fucking get inside. I'll tell you that. I'm not actually going to drink before I do my set at all. You know what I'm saying? If I drink, it'll be after I'm done performing.
Dude, Pops is great, man. It's one of those places like. The fucked up thing is like, since I moved, like, probably like the thing that I miss the most about being in St. Louis is fucking Pops, man. Because it's just one of those places like, it's open 24 hours a day. They serve alcohol there 24 hours a day. So, like, you could go there. Actually, this is not even a lie. Not this past Easter, because I was in Denver, but the Easter before that, we're in Pops at 8 a.m. on Easter Sunday, when motherfuckers are supposed to be in church and shit. You know what I mean? We were promoting for some show or some tour we had coming up, and we used to always promote like overnight Pops. Like that's actually how we were able to be so successful, is that we would just be at Pops, all hours of the night promoting, and everybody comes to the party, and we just be there, handing out promo and just fucking with people, And yeah, dude, 8 a.m. Easter Sunday, when motherfuckers are supposed to be in church and shit, there's like 700 or 800 people in Pop.
Oh my God.
Kicking it at 8 a.m. Easter Sunday, and I was just like, holy shit, this place is crazy. So, like, yeah, you go there.
I didn't expect you to give that high of a goddamn number, Stogie. Holy shit.
It was crazy, dude. And so a lot of times like that, like anytime there's like any kind of event or like anything like that, like especially on like a Saturday, dude, Pops will be just nuts, like all the way into like lunchtime the next day. You know what I mean? So it's just a crazy place, and it's like you got Pops, it's got a strip club on either side of it, and then another nightclub across the street, and it's just like all this one little area that like is its own city. So like, it's more or less like an Indian reservation, if you ask me. Like, you know, the laws of America really don't apply over there. But just as long as you're not fucking shit up, you know, like, it's just like one of those places where pretty much you can kind of go over there and be yourself. A lot of juggalos hang out over there, and it's a very mixed crowd, which I like about it. You know what I mean? You never know what you're going to get over there. You know, like, the homies from the hood come out to Pops. You know, you got the juggalo crowd there. I mean, I'm sure you're bound to see some hookers or weirdo crackhead type people running around. You know, you'll catch those type of people. But everybody pretty much like coexists in harmony, you know what I mean? So like, you know, it's cool. There's not that much drama that goes down there. Everybody's just there to have a good time. And that's really why. I mean, you know, there's an occasional fight there, of course. But, you know, you're talking about a place that's essentially like in the middle of East St. Louis. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the amount of violence and shit like that goes down there is really like amazingly low, considering where it's at. You know, like there's not too, you know, like every once in a while. I think somebody got shot at the gas station across the street last year, but you know, I mean, for the most part, it's just a cool place. People can go there and enjoy themselves and kind of just like be themselves. You know, nobody's really there judging you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the kind of place that it is, which is cool. You know, everybody's there to have a good time, and you know, some people do drugs, some people get really drunk, but at the end of the day, you know, everybody just kind of coexists in harmony and has a good time. You know.
Hell yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
It's really a great place to be, and to do shows and things like that. And they do some pretty epic shows there, man. I mean, I could sit here and tell you fucking stories about Pops that you wouldn't even believe. But
you know, all you're doing is sitting here getting me fucking hyper for the fact that, like, dude, it's the first time I'm going out of state too. And understand, Stogie, I'll be straight. That's my 7th show. Mm-hmm. That's my 7th show. He does
an awesome job. I wouldn't put it out there like it was if it wasn't.
That's my wife. Yeah. I love her.
I would tell him he sucked.
Yeah, she's been to say she's been supportive in this is an understatement. Stogie, truly,
yeah, if I thought
it
he had
is.
some doo doo, I wouldn't be spending all his time on it.
Yeah.
He's a critic. He knows what's good.
It's nuts, dude. Liz, it's like, I know for a fact if it wasn't for her, like, I mean, my music may have ended up going somewhere because I would like, I mean, I'd like to say, like, I like listening to my shit, so it can't be that bad because I'd like to think I have fairly good taste in music, you know, and I'm not the kind of egotistical asshole where if I spit some shit, I'd like to think I'd go, ugh, let's go try something else.
Yeah, exactly. I'm bad about that. I'm like known for like rewriting my verses like 7 times. People are like, dude, fucking quit rewriting shit. I do that shit a lot. But, you know, I mean, it's just hard to say, man, you know, because the funny thing about it is, and actually, there was some advice I got from this dude, when I first started recording at a real studio, it was actually the studio that was in Ferguson, okay? And it was called Ground Productions, and it was an amazing place, dude. It was awesome. An awesome place. And they had this group there called the Railroad, which was a bunch of guys that were like from like just the hoodest of hood backgrounds, you know what I mean? Like they're from just like, they used to tell me never come over there without one of them or I wasn't gonna go home type.
Dog? Whoa. Hey, okay. Well, I can hear myself. And hey, check Google Hangouts for me, babe. I think we just had a minor malfunction when he was talking about, you know, him not being able to get home from a neighborhood. That's what's up. and Google Hangouts decided to be a cunt, right? It did. Because, you know, y'all, it always decides. He is there? Oh, well, then what the fuck is going on? This is some bullshit, right? Like 1111, motherfucker, by Stogie.
All right. So I'm gonna run that one back again, y'all. This has been Big Brutal with a fuck up.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
No, this has been Big Brutal for Twisted Motives Entertainment family for the No Fucks Given Radio Hour. And you guys can go ahead and find my music at Facebook.com/Big Brutal SIK at this moment, and SoundCloud.com/Big Brutal, and anywhere else across the web you might think.
Oh, I'm sorry. My card.
Big Brutal, just hit that search tab and get going.
Yeah, check it out. We're back. No fucks given. Always technical difficulties, but fuck it. No fucks given. I'll fix that goddamn shit. Either that or the wife and your will. Between the two of us, we'll figure it out. And we got Stogie back. Yeah, that's what's up. And he was in the middle of some shit, right? And I want to get back into that shit. Because you was talking about you couldn't go into this motherfucking shit without one of these motherfuckers, or you wouldn't come back from that shit. So what's up with that shit?
They were just like, you know, like that's just the life they were in. But the point of the story was that dude was like the main dude at the studio at the time, told me that, you know, if you want to be an artist, like, you have to get used to doing things that people don't like, that you don't like because other people do. And he's like, your favorite song is always going to be a song that nobody else likes. The song that you don't like is always going to be the song everybody else does like. So if you want to be an artist, you like have to get used to that. You know, he's like, you're going to have to play the same song over and over and over again to where, like, you don't even want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, think about how many times think about how many times Tech Nine has performed Einstein. You know, like, I'm sure he's probably like, man, fuck this song, but he does it at every show because that's what people want to see, you know? So dude was like, like that. And like, as I went along, like, I realized the dude is really right, you know? And it's just crazy the way that it works because, you know, we did this song, me and one of the other guys on the FBI Army, we did this song, and the song is called Act Shitty. And basically, it was something that we did. We were at Mardi Gras one year, and the girls at Mardi Gras were just acting really shitty that year for some reason, you know. St. Louis usually has really cracking Mardi Gras celebrations, but like for some reason this year, like, girls were just acting all shitty and had attitude and whatever. So we were coming back home from that, and that Rack City song, I don't know if you're familiar with that Tyga song, that Rack City bitch, Rack City bitch, you know, came on, and like just like riding, joking around, and we were like, Act City bitch, you know, and kind of just joking around on the way home, but we were like all fucked up, and we got back to the studio, and we were just like, fuck it, we'll just lay this shit down. So literally, like, it's like 4 a.m., we're like wasted, and we go in and we lay this song down. I freestyled my verse. His verse was essentially a freestyle. He had some time to think some things up when I was doing my part, but he essentially freestyled his verse as well. And so like we just like threw this shit together, just having fun, like at 4 a.m., like based on what had happened that night, you know. Yeah, like I woke up the next day, I'm like, dude, this shit sucks. You know, like, we did the whole thing in like an hour. It was fun to do it, you know, we just did things because it was fun sometimes. So I'm like, yo, this shit sucks. And I was never even going to release it, you know. I'm just like, we clowned, we had a good time, whatever. Well, my homie that was on the track with me, his brother showed up at the studio and heard it. And he was like, yo, this shit goes hard, man. And I'm just like, what? This shit sucks. And he's like, no, man, like, seriously, like, you're not going to release this? I'm like, no, it's horrible. Why would I release it? He was like, well, let us put it on our mixtape then, you know? And I'm like, dude, if you really want to put it on your mixtape, go for it. And sure enough, man, like, that's the song that we spent the least amount of time, the least amount of energy, the least amount of money, Like, it was literally something that we slapped together at like 4 a.m. just clowning, you know? And that's the fucking song that everybody likes. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, that's just how a game goes, man. So the shit that you think's going to be dope, a lot of times people don't even catch it, you know? Like, you'll put all this energy into something, and it'll go over people's heads, you know? And then the shit that you're like, man, this shit sucks. That's shit that... And I just kind of learned to embrace that, you know, and just kind of like, just because of the fact that there's no telling what people are going to like and what they aren't, just kind of do whatever I feel like doing. And if they like it, great. And if they don't, well, we'll just switch it up and do something else if they will.
I think that's the best way to make music, man, as a musician, really. I mean, you shouldn't, I mean... I know there are people that it's like, no, I'm fucking aiming to make money and that's all, but if you really want to make good music, in my opinion anyways, and I don't give a fuck if you got a problem with this, because it's my opinion. I don't mean specifically you, I just mean in general, Stogie. I just want to point that out. But yeah, fucking, if you go out to make it for, like, out of passion, and not out of, I want fucking money, I think it makes a great deal of difference. I don't know why the fuck I'm hearing that ding, god damn it, I turned that shit down. Sorry, y'all.
No, you didn't.
No, apparently I didn't. Stogie, I got really high, so we heard a ding. Yeah. But yeah, I think making it out of a passion, dude, is far better, as opposed to fucking making it out of fucking just for money, or I don't know why. I mean, I guess you hear people doing it because they just want a bunch of bitches and this and that and the fame of it, and I don't know, there's part of me, like, the fame of it, dude, I don't really want to be famous. Are you shitting me? That's kind of like a terrible thing to wish upon somebody, if you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't imagine being Eminem famous, dog, and how much that would suck. Really. Like, you couldn't go fucking nowhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, good luck getting that famous. But
well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, even like fucking a 20 or like Tech 9 or like fucking like even like below that. Like, if you can go into a store and 10 motherfuckers want to fuck with you, that's too famous in my opinion. It's like, god damn it, leave me. No, that's too many people, and I'm fucking. Like, I'm talkative and I'm social, but at the same time, I fucking hate the human race. It's a really odd combination of a personality. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know.
I'm with you.
But
I can feel you.
Dude, I'm curious. Like, what would let's say Stogie, you did get that famous, like, for real, like, fuck famous, like, holy shit, you just became the next Eminem with the next CD you dropped, right? How do you think you would handle that shit?
I don't know. I'm not big on that kind of stuff either, and I like to be low key. I change my appearance a lot, so that kind of helps. But like, I don't know. I mean, it's hard.
Go ahead.
It's hard to say until you get there, but I mean, you know, like, I definitely have experienced like small amounts of things like that, like kind of what you're saying, where it was funny. One time me and my boy, we went to this place that was like an hour and a half away from St. Louis, and we went to this place and did a show out in this place where like nobody really knew who we were. And the next day we went and stopped by this spot that all the locals had told us to go check out, you know. So we had been up all night. This is a long story, I'm not even going to get into it. But, like, we're just, like, totally looking like bums, like, scrubbed out. You know, just came by, like, checked this place out. We were, like, trying to sit in the corner. You know, like, the one time we're, like, actually, like, trying to, like, just, like, duck off and decide and, like, observe. Because we were just trying to see what this place was all about, you know. Because everybody told us we had to go there. So we're just, like, trying to duck off in the corner and observe. And, like, I don't even know how, but, like, somehow some kids that were there knew who we were. And we did a lot of touring with, like, Stevie Stone, and we've done a lot of shows with people from Strange. And a lot of shows that popped with people from Strange, and we've got a really good relationship with them. So these kids came over, they're like, oh, you guys are trying to Strange music. So we were just like, no, but fuck, you know, like we were like looking like total bums, you know what I mean? So like I was just like, damn, man, of all the times for people to fucking recognize us, you know, so yeah, I can see what you're saying, how like that would be crazy, like if you couldn't go anywhere without that happening. Yeah, that would definitely be crazy because like we were just hungover, tired, you know, just like fuck, man. And next thing you know, like all these kids are like crowding, like, oh, dude, yeah, we saw you guys on this tour, we saw you guys on that tour. We were just like, oh, shit, that's fucking awesome. But we really like, damn, you know, like we didn't really realize that people like an hour and a half away would recognize us, but they sure did. So yeah, I mean, it could get hectic, but like I said, like for the most part, dude, I'm pretty like laid back. So like when stuff, you know, people come up and try to do that, but I could definitely see how that could get on people's nerves, you know. But you know, at the same time, you also have to feel like you know, those are the same people that are going to buy your album when it comes out, you know. Like, they're not trying to be annoying, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to, so, like, you know, even, and it's not their fault that you're, you know, like, I just always try to look at it like, it's not you know, somebody else's fault, the mood that I'm in, you know. So if they meet me for the first time and I'm just, like, in a shitty mood, you know, like, I just need to get out of that shit real quick, you know, because you know, it's not fair to them, you know, for you to just be in a shitty mood just because you're in a bad mood and they meet you for the first time, like, oh shit, what's up, man? You're just like, man, fucking go away, you know. Like, I never try to do that. But if I did get famous and they had to deal with that, you know, I feel like I do an alright job of dealing with it, you know, and not, I'm not. I don't care about being famous, first of all, and I don't have an ego like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of rappers have like this ego, like, oh man, I'm this big rapper star dude, you know. And I just kind of look at it like, nah, I'm just some fucking dumbass that happens to be able to rap, you know.
Oh, Stogie, that was fucking a great line. I love it. Dude, look, this has been a great fucking interview, dude. You realize, like, oh, you've reached, but hey, we've got a couple things I have got to get to with you. One of them being a drop and a couple of things, right? Dude, this has been a dope fucking interview. For real, I gotta get that in real goddamn quick. I gotta ask a couple more questions. Yeah.
Alright. Rapid fire.
So. Here's the first thing, Stogie, right? So I got a box, and this box is Stogie size. That's what size the box is, right? Right? And I'm a bit of a dick, so I'm gonna shove you in that motherfucker, right? I'm sorry, Stogie, I don't mean to. It's just, sometimes things tell me to do things. And right, but whatever, right? But check it, right? I got this island set up for you, dog. Plush, for real. Like, you don't even know. I don't even want to go into the description, dude. I'm just going to leave you the fact that it's sick as fuck, right? And that is all, dude. I got everything you could ever need, right? Here's the thing, though, right? I left you a sound system. It's just bad the fuck ass. But before I threw you in that box, I was like, here's the deal, dog. You get 3 CDs. What you taking?
Ooh, man. I can take 3 CDs in a box, and that's all I can take, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's such a hard decision to make. Man, well, one would probably be the original Redman, Method Man Blackout album. Dude, I loved that album as a kid. The second one was horrible. They just like made it just to make it and draw off the Blackout name. But the first one, the first Blackout album is an amazing hip hop album, and it's fun. You know what I mean? It's like bouncy and fun. That's a really good album. So I'd probably take that. Dude. Maybe Eminem's first album. His first album was pretty good. I think I could listen to that and the Slim Shady The one with the tail on it.
Yeah, Slim Shady, LP.
That was a revolutionary rap album, man. When that shit came out, it was just like, what? Man, I don't know. I mean, I'd want to try to grab something new. I'm just trying to think of like of what new. I mean, there's a lot to choose from as far as music. So we'll go with the Redman and Method Man, the Eminem, and I would probably want some like down south, some down south, just to like throw some shit into the mix. Oh man, maybe one of Bootsy's old albums. I'd like to get something new too, but dude, that's hard to say, man. It's hard to just pick.
No. Look. If you don't pick a third one, I'm sending you to the fucking island with 2 CDs. Do you want that, Stogie?
No, fuck no. All right. I'll tell you what. Why don't we go with like a 3-6 Mafia album? One of the older ones. World Domination, maybe. Because that's just like something that's so different from the other two. Like when I get if I'm in a box, dude, I'm gonna be like in a bad mood. I need some 3-6 Mafia to just like amp me back up. Like fuck that shit, man.
No, hey. Wait, you ain't stuck in a box, dog. I'm just shipping you to the island in the box. The fucking house that I'm shipping you to is plush, right? Right? Like plush like a motherfucker, right? Right? Here's the other thing though, right? So you got your 3 CDs, you got your audio entertainment. Right, that was some good fucking audio choices, dog, for real. Mwah. Yeah, right. Here's the thing, though, right? I didn't just set you up a sound system, dog. I got you some visual shit, like 3D, high def, fucking 32.8, fucking IP, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, right? But again, man, I'm a dick. I ain't just like letting you use it endlessly. I'm like, yo, dog, what 3 movies you want, right? Now, keep in mind, I say movies, dog, I will let you take a TV series in its entirety in place of 1 movie, and you can do that as many times as you want. So what you taking? You got 3 options.
I can take in its entirety?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I would take something animated. So I need at least one animated. So like either South Park or The Simpsons or Family Guy. That's a toss-up, but I need at least one of those.
Oh, no. Hey, Stogie, I told you, if you don't pick one, I'm sending you to the island without shit. I'm a dick. Didn't we establish this at the beginning of the fact when I shoved you into a box?
3 movies or / TV series, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say, we'll go with South Park. We'll go with, as far as a movie, how about, Friday? So I have that one. And, you know what other movie I can watch 1,000 times? Undercover Brother. I can watch that movie 1,000 times and still laugh at it. I don't know why, but that movie's great. So those will be the 3 movies for right now, and I can be all right with that.
Hell yeah! All I got to say, that's 2 in a row for Friday. That's the first time that's happened. I have never had a CD or movie get chosen 2 fucking shows in a row. But yeah, fucking. I mean,
Good Friday. They got.
But hey, here's the thing. Oh, go ahead, dog. Sorry.
Big Friday yesterday.
Yeah, see, I need to go watch that now. I ain't watched it in a minute. I want to know if there's going to be... Oh, no, I've seen it, dog. I just haven't watched it in a while. I'm curious, do you think they're going to make that fucking... Because I keep hearing about there's going to be another one with Chris Tucker.
I mean, I've seen, like, even Ice Cube has posted things online saying that it's happening. So, hopefully it ends up happening, man. It'd be pretty cool. I just have a feeling that it's going to be horrible. The first one was, but they weren't trying to be anything. Like they were just the first one. They were just making the movie. You know, like once you get to the point where you're like trying to do something, sometimes I feel like it falls off. But I will say that the second one was okay. The third one was actually good too. The third one was funny as shit. The third Friday. Yeah. So. You know, the fourth one could be awesome, or it could be it could be horrible. I don't know. I guess only time will tell. But I think.
No, fuck that, Stogie. It's irrelevant. You're going to a fucking island, you hear me? You don't get to find out if there's going to be a Friday 4. I'm sorry. That's just the truth, right? Right? For real. But chill. Like, I got you set up at this island, though, right? So you got your movies and shit to watch, right? You got your music and shit to listen to, right? Dude, I also set you up with every fucking gaming system you can think of, right? From the first to the last. But here's the thing. Again, I'm a dick, man. You can't use all of them, right? You can use as many as the 3 games you select allow.
3 games or 3 systems?
3 games. I've got every system there for you because I don't know what system you were going to... I didn't know what games you were going to pick. I had to have the house set up fucking ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole thing, dog. It's a bitch.
Yeah, so, okay. So, and see, I don't really play video games or watch too much TV, so these are like the hardest questions you've asked me all night, actually. Let's see. So if we're playing video games, like, okay, so video games, does that include ones that I can, like, play online? Or is it just ones that I can just play by?
Oh, no, there is no online connection on this island. I'm sorry. You're isolated, for real.
Right. So if I brought Madden, I would just be playing the computer the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay, yeah, so that's critical in the decision, you know, because you can't bring Madden if you just got to sit there and play the computer. So, alright, so video games that I can play by myself. Alright, let's see. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for regular Nintendo. I think I can sit there and play that shit forever. So we'll go with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for regular Nintendo. We'll go with, let's see, what else are we going to get that's fun by yourself? Because a lot of these games, especially games now, you kind of got to be able to play on the internet. I was going to say, like, Halo, but, you know, like, that's probably, you know, like, playing the missions on that isn't really all that great. That's the draw of a lot of these games is the online aspect. We'll go with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. We'll go with we need a sports game. How about like NHL? We'll go with NHL '94 on Sega Genesis, and then we'll go with fuck it, dude. We can do we need something where we can shoot people. How about what's a good shooting game? Fuck it, dude. We'll just run with the Halo. So we'll say Halo, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and NHL '94 on Sega Genesis.
Now wait, real quick. I just have to say, isn't NHL '94 the one that fucking, and this is terrible, this strikes the fucking chord in my memory. It shows the kind of fucked up memory I have. But it's the game that fucking Brody's playing in Mallrats?
Probably. Yeah, I think so. NHL '94 is just considered by many to be the best hockey game ever made. So, like, even like the hockey games that come out now have the option to like use the NHL '94 controls, and there's also people that they buy they play NHL '94 and they update it, but they like keep NHL '94 and just update it with new rosters. So for whatever reason, that's like supposedly like the best hockey game. It's a great one. I mean, I played like NHL '93, and that's probably when I was little. So that's about when I started playing video games and stuff. So I would move up to NHL '94 just because that's like considered like the best hockey game ever made. I just happen to be good at hockey on video games for some reason. I don't know why. I have no clue why. You give me a hockey game, video games, I'll fucking give it.
We'll nickname you fucking Brody, Stogie. How about it?
All right.
Don't kill me. I really won't do that. I'm sorry. I'll shut the fuck up. But hey, fuck this. Get back in your box. You hear me? You ain't got all the items necessary for me to ship you to where the fuck I'm shipping you yet. Because I'm not such a dick dog for real. That's all I'm gonna give you. Especially, you're a dude. I understand. I'm a dude. If I was being shipped off, I'd want something, right? So you get one other thing. right? And that's a pocket pussy, right? But here's the deal, right? You can have this pocket pussy molded after whoever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck if they're living, dead, animated. It doesn't matter. Who you want your pussy molded after? For you to fuck for all of eternity.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, how am I supposed to know what some of these chicks look like down there? You know what I mean? Like, that's always like a surprise. Bitch could be super bad, and then like I could be setting myself up for a huge disappointment on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some of these chicks could be bad, and then they just might be blew out downstairs. You know, you never really know. But but I don't know, man. I mean, that's another one that's just like how you even decide that. You know, dude.
There's always porn stars, and I mean, come on, dog. How many fucking pussy pictures got put out in that whole fappening thing that happened? You're telling me, honestly, you've not seen that at all?
I mean, I've seen, yeah, obviously, you've seen the ones that, like, leak out, like, when stars are, like, getting out of limousines and things like that, and they leak out or whatever happens. But, like, man, I mean, that's a tough question to ask. You know who I think is, like, super hot? The chick on Modern Family, the Hispanic, what is her name?
Oh,
the Hispanic lady on Family.
I do not know at all.
I think, dude, hold on, I'll tell you her name.
It's the chick that's Al Bundy's fucking wife, right?
Yeah, the Hispanic chick that's on there. Well, I don't know her name, dude. She's super hot though. Maybe we'll go with her.
Yeah, good choice. You like how I'm like fucking the only way my mind related that was that it was Al Bundy's wife.
There we go. That's her name. She's fucking hot, dude. We'll go with that.
Oh shit. Hell yeah, dude. That's a good selection. This show's getting a little dumb though, but I love it anyways. Check it out. Dumb by Stogie. We'll be right back. Yeah, check it out. We're back. No fucks given. That was Dumb by my guest Stogie. That's what's up. I like it because I like to get a little dumb occasionally, right? I know for a fact my man Stogie here, I know he's gonna go get done with some rhyme stick motherfuckers here in a minute on that All Out of Normal tour, dog. What's up? You hype for that?
Yeah. It's really crazy, man. It's just the way that it came about is gonna be really cool, and the fact that like Static is my dude, man. He's cold as fuck. Static is the only feature on The Sims that drops Sunday. That drops this Sunday, which is my new project that we just wrapped up. But yeah, Static is my dude, man. He's cold as fuck, and he's the guy from his label. I like Biscuit a lot. I don't know him that well, but I'm a fan of his music. And Monster City, this chick Jen, she is super talented as well. So the amount of talent on this tour is just like crazy. Even Spaz, Spaz is super talented. His beats are crazy. He used to intern for Scott Storch in New York, so like he's super talented as well. So the amount of talent on this tour is crazy, dude. And we're coming to, we're doing, I don't even know, some 15, 16, some, I don't even know how many shows, but
yeah. And don't forget that fest, dog. That fest in the middle, all that shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy one, dude. I don't even know what to expect on that. Static was just kind of like, man, Stogie, you're gonna love this shit. It's gonna be nuts. It's on this lake, and whatever. I'm like, well, fuck, man, I'm in, And I know Scum is gonna be out there. A couple of the other guys from Denver, the Denver scene that I fuck with, are all gonna be out there. Plus, like, I don't even know, dude. I saw that flyer. Sick flyer, by the way.
Oh yeah.
The Mortal Kombat screen, which is pretty cool. Dude, there's just so many MCs on that. It's just I don't even know what to expect. I know it's gonna be awesome though.
What?
So that'll be dope. like we're coming all through the west, not really the west, but like as far west as we're going is like New Mexico or Wyoming. So then we're going all the way to like Michigan and Minnesota and shit like that too. So we're making the trek a few miles on this one, man. We're definitely getting out there and with this lineup of artists, that was one of the reasons why I even did this in the first place was because the lineup is just crazy.
Hey, real quick, Stogie, I just want to go through now the motherfuckers that are actually going on tour. Like, it's going to be you, Static, Monster City, which is Messing and Jim, and then motherfucking Biscuit. And is there anybody else actually joining you on the tour portion?
Yeah, Spazavelli.
Oh, man. No, fuck that. I got to get a hold of that man and get him interviewed quickly. Because, look, he's the only person out of that whole crew then that's going on tour for the All Out of Normal tour that I have not interviewed.
Yeah, definitely. Staz is a character, too, man. That dude is off the chain. He'll probably give you an interview you won't ever forget. That dude is off the chain, man. That is my dude. He's quite the character though, man. He's something else. You should definitely interview Spaz, man. He cracks me the fuck up, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so those are the people. That's like the people that are actually on the whole tour. And it's cool, man. We're gonna hit a bunch of cities, and the thing that I really like about it is the fact that, like, man, we're doing all this. Like, there's no major label involved. Obviously, there's LSP, is Scum's label, and Rowdy Life is my label, but they're both independent labels. You know what I mean? Like, neither one of them are like super paid, major labels. It's like a bunch of dudes that are just grinding their asses off on the underground. So there's no major labels involved. There's no fucking corporate sponsors. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did all this shit where we put together based on the grind and the talent of a few key individuals. You know what I mean? So, like, which is cool, man, that we'll be able to do this. And I feel like this tour is gonna be one of those tours that, like, people are gonna talk about this shit. Because talent-wise, dude, I've seen so many tours, and even like national artists that go on tours. Like, a lot of times the people that they bring with them are whack, or maybe not whack, but just not impressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody on this tour is impressive in their own aspect. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like people are gonna go to this tour and just be like, oh, I fucking got my money's worth and then some. Which brings me back to my original point. I'm trying to give people something that, trying to give people their money's worth. I felt like this tour is just, I don't see anybody leaving disappointed. Like, I really doubt anybody's going to come to this tour and go home and be like, man, that was a waste of my money. So,
yeah, I agree with that. I fully, wholeheartedly agree, because like I said, I've interviewed most of them. I honestly don't know Spaz or his music. I have, at a point, checked out your music because I do that before I fucking tell my wife to go get anybody for the show. So it's just been a minute, Stogie, I'll be honest, because that was a while ago. And then, well, you know that fucking story because you were part of it, and that's irrelevant, right? But so yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to, like, not even like, because I was fucking planning on, like, I didn't give a fuck if I got on the show. I was still showing up to Pops. At least there's just no fucks given. You know what I'm saying? And to see a hell of a show, because I fully expect one. Because actually, my first show that I ever performed, Static was one of the guys that was one of the headliners. And he put on a hell of a show then.
He killed it. Static kills it. Wait till you see this video. So, this video for the track that Static's on The Sims, which comes out on Sunday. We're doing a release party at the Roxy in Denver on Sunday. And actually, that's what some of the songs you played tonight that was actually the first time they've been heard from The Sims. So, this song that Static is on, dude, this video that we shot, It's so fucking crazy, dude. Like, I don't even really want to say too much, but when this video drops, man, people are going to be like, what? You know? So, this guy, Nico, is amazing with what he can do with these videos. And between me and him and Static, just like combining our brains together, dude, we just came up with some crazy ass shit. And yeah, I mean, I think people are going to dig it, man. So, it's definitely going to be entertained. You know, because Static is an entertainer, I'm an entertainer. We both take a lot of fucking pride in the fact of being meticulous to a degree of trying to put together things to entertain people. And that's, you know, neither one of us are really like super famous. And to be honest with you, neither one of us have like a crazy like online presence either, you know. But where both of us have really excelled has been in live shows. And that's where we both have made earned our keep, or whatever you want to call it, like for years, is the live show aspect of things. So that's why together, plus then you throw in Biscuit and Monster City on top of it. I mean, man, I really have confidence in these shows. And I like doing things that I'm confident about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confident that when we pull up and these shows go off, even if people don't know, you know, some people may not know me. Some people may not know Static. You know, like they may come to the tour. You know, like some of the people even like more in like the St. Louis area, like people that are in more of my territory, you know, may come to the tour to see me and not really be familiar with Static, and then see Static and be like, oh shit, you know. So you know, we're basically giving people more than what they're expecting, no matter where we're going. Somebody that they don't know, in every city we go to, somebody that they've never heard of is going to impress them. Whether it's myself, Static, Biscuit, Monster City, you know, Spaz, somebody in the lineup will impress you, even though you've never heard of them before, you know. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I totally get that, dog. Fucking, like, cause man, that's just a hell of a lineup. Like, and honestly, and I'm glad I was able to get on that tour. Like I said, especially with fucking him being someone that was one of the headliners at my first show, and then like, and I had never heard of him before that. I'll be honest, before I had seen him perform that night, you know.
Yeah.
But it definitely, I've had that happen a lot, for real, Stogie. I ain't gonna lie, as far as new people that I've discovered in like the past 2 years, it's kind of ridiculous. How much I didn't know about the underground, but fuck it, I'll be honest on it. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just trying to dig deeper and see what I find, you know. Fuck it, what else is there to do?
There's some definite, and even, you know, when you throw on top of that, you know, both of us know so many people that, you know, like even like the supporting acts in a lot of these cities are acts that we handpicked, you know. So even the supporting acts, you know, are good, you know, for the most part. I mean, I'd like to think that like nobody's really like whack, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna put anybody that's like whack on there. So like even in the cities where, you know, where we're coming through, the local acts that we're putting on is they're all legit, you know. Like we're not just gonna ruin our great lineup by adding just some fools that just because they paid us, you know. Like that's really not what it's about. It's about like I said, giving people a quality product. And I felt like when they approached me about this tour, I felt like it just made a lot of sense, you know. So I was like, fuck yes, dude. I was excited. I'm excited to go on this with this lineup, man, because Yeah, I already know what people's reactions are going to be. People are just going to be like, what the fuck?
Hell
like,
yeah.
really?
Hell yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
I think this is fun that people will talk about, you know, like, they'll be telling their friends about, like, dude, you should have been here when this tour came through. And especially, you know, give it some time and let Static and some of these other guys and possibly even myself, who knows, you know, make a few bigger moves, you know, and then come back and be like, dude, I saw those guys all together on one tour back in this day. And, you know, I mean, I can just see this tour being one of those kind of tours that people will be like, dude, that was an awesome show. And that's what what it's all about, man. You gotta take some pride in what you do, man. And this is something that I can like stand on and be like, yeah, this is something official that we did with our own money. You know, we're by ourselves, no label, no corporate sponsor. Like, we did this. This is what with essentially no money. But, you know what I mean? Like, we really don't have a budget. Like, a lot of these tours have budgets. You know what I'm saying? This was all done, you know, based on our grind and our hard work and years of hard work, really. So, it just all came together nicely. And with me having a new album out, which is crazy, too.
Hell yeah.
You know, Tim.
You're going to have that album on the tour?
Yeah. We're releasing it this Sunday. Is when it comes out, and it's actually the first part in. We're gonna do 3 of them for sure, and then we're gonna see where we're at. I mean, the funny thing is that like this concept is something I've been toying with for a while, and I didn't really think that the rap community was going to be receptive to an album about simulation theory, essentially, or a series of albums about simulation theory and the fact that, like, reality is not real. It just seemed like kind of the next level concept. And the whole reason why I wanted to do it is because, you know, like, rap has been so dumbed down, and the rap that comes out is so, like, dumbed down and stupid. I wanted to go to the opposite end of the spectrum and be like, okay, these guys are all rapping about dumb shit. I'm going to rap about string theory, you know? Or like complex ideas. And so like I really wasn't, it was something that I was kind of working on, but like more for like my own personal satisfaction. And I didn't really think people were going to be too receptive to it. And Brody came along. Brody is the guy that owns Rowdy Life Entertainment, and he's fucking amazing too, dude. He's really good at what he does. He's a fucking prodigy at shit. Dude is amazing when it comes to like booking tours and like running shit, you know, and the business aspect of things. Like he's got it down. But he came by when I first was getting on the scene out here in Denver. He came by my house and I played him a couple of the tracks that I was working on, and he was like, "Yo, man, what the fuck are you doing, dog? Let's put this shit out," you know. So he was the one, like, I was just kind of doing it just, like, for my own personal benefit, kind of. I didn't really know if I was going to release it or not, because I didn't think people were going to fuck with it. And he was like, no, fuck that shit, dude. Let's do this shit. So he wanted to put it out. We added a couple tracks to ones I already had, and we're gonna, like I said, it's a 3-part saga that we're doing. And this is just the first one. This is kind of like the icebreaker. So just like break people into the idea of rapping about next level subject matter. You know, so we didn't get too crazy with this one. We kind of kept it, in a manner that people that aren't like conspiracy theorists or like whatever would still enjoy. But we've gotten pretty good responses to it, man, so far, from like the limited amount of people that we've sent it to, or the little, you know, like we've leaked a few tracks, playing some tracks tonight. We've definitely gotten a good, like a much better response from it than what I would have expected. So.
Hell yeah, dog, man. That's good shit, dude. Especially when you're putting something out and you don't expect that. But damn it, Stogie, you already got me running 30 minutes over. And this has been a dope-ass interview. And I just got to say, dude, you're going to come back and fuck around with me sometime, right?
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever.
Right.
Just give me a call. You already...
Hell yeah. I gotta have you back and just give you a call. Dude, I've got fucking interviews scheduled till August. No, it's terrible. That shit really has to be planned now. It's really, really kind of fucking nutty, dude. Like, the shit, like, and some of the interviews it blows my fucking head out, some of the motherfuckers I talk to on this show, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy, you know? But, I mean, I just do it out of sheer love for the music, and fucking, I don't know about you, but I don't see anything like what we're doing, me and my wife, on the internet right now, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, hey, here's a bunch of shitload of fucking dope-ass underground artists all together in one spot. You can go to it, listen to all kinds of interviews, listen to their shit, skip forward, backward. I don't see that anywhere else, and I think it needs to exist.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's some things like that. I don't know if you're familiar with like the Legion of Lyricists. It's like an underground group of MCs that my buddy Haiku in St. Louis started up, and they've got some pretty like talented MCs all converging in one spot as well. But I mean,
no. That's not how I mean it. You took that the wrong way, Stogie. I don't mean it like that. I mean like the fact that, like, listen, if I like your music and it's good music, which there's plenty of music out there that is not on this radio, right? And you fucks with me, I'll put that shit in rotation, and I'm trying to make it to where it's not just a crew of like 10 people. It's fucking it's, you know, fucking 200 artists in rotation on this radio station, and just everybody's cool with everybody, and it makes it more like it used to be than what I feel like what it is. But dude, we are gonna have to get into that shit on a second interview, Stogie, because holy shit, I still need to get a drop from you, dog.
Okay. Hell yeah. You want me to do that now, or are we gonna wrap the interview up and then do that separately?
Oh no, roll that shit, man.
Alright, so check it out, man. It's your boy Stogie La Russa, man. I'm just out here chilling. No fucks given radio. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You give a fuck? He don't give a fuck either. So, yeah, no fucks given radio, man. If you don't give a fuck, tune the fuck in. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, hey, dude, first off, that's going to be so fun to cut. But... like I already, Stogie, you gave me a good one. You really did. That's gonna be fun. But dude, if you want to throw in the links to your music and shit, and like where people can find you, I can cut that shit in for you.
Sure. You can find out pretty much anything relevant to what we got going on. IamStogie.com, IamStogie.com. You can find, any kind of thing that we're doing, information about tour dates, music, videos, pretty much whatever you need. It's on there. Go there and check it out.
Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. Have you enjoyed your interview?
Yeah, dude, it was fun.
Fucking A, dude. That's what's up. Go ahead, dog. Sorry.
I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Oh, dude, fucking always. Like I said, if it's dope music and you won't fuck with us, we'll fuck with you. That's what up. I don't even give a fuck if you in fucking Japan, motherfucking England, motherfucking US, standing right next to me. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's just about good music and fucking, motherfuckers being able to get along. That's it. That's all I want this radio station ever to be about. From now till if it manages to exist when I'm dead, because this ain't about me. This is about something else, and I realize that, and it wasn't in something intentionally I started, but that's just what I want. I don't give a fuck what becomes of it as long as it stays that to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that is.
No, I'm with you, man. That's kind of what the Legion was about. Dude, you should really check out the Legion if you're looking for new artists, especially. You're talking, it's like a network of MCs and producers and everything from all over the world.
Me Me and you's gonna have to talk about that, Stogie. But listen, you're gonna get me in trouble. My wife has already left the fucking studio because she's like, "You're gonna get me in trouble, dog. You know that. Got to be up at 6 a.m. in the morning. You gotta have me like dead on 465 because I passed out driving. I'm just fucking with you, dude. I would probably be up till 1 regardless." But it's just like, I swear, I get off these shows and I'm like hype for like at least a good hour or so because they're fucking insane. But I love them. I love them, dog. And look, I just want to tell everybody listening, you fucking need to go check out that motherfucking. If I can say that shit right, dog, look, I'm out of it too. I'm all out of normal. That's why I can't even say it's all out of normal tour. You know what I'm saying? Gonna have all kinds of motherfuckers on that. You got Spaz, you got Stogie, you got motherfucking Monster City, you got Biscuit, and you got Static motherfucking G, right? You need to check that shit out. Go to fucking, I know you can go to Facebook, type in Static G, and find all that information too. I know for a fact it's going to be Pops on the 28th because you can see the unknown factor at that motherfucker just once. That's, whatever. I'm not as cool as Stogie.
I really ain't that cool, man. I just pretend like I am on TV or on the radio.
Hell yeah. That's what you got to do. For real.
Hell yeah.
Man, Stogie, I've already went through all your fucking tracks because we had that tech issue early tonight. And that's some dumb shit. For real. Like, it pissed me off. So I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening in. You want to give any shout-outs before we cut out, dog?
I mean, shit, man. Really just shout-out to everybody that's tuned in. Shout-out to everybody that has supported me. And a super huge shout-out to everybody that has been, sharing and